of caste, creed, color, caste. So this kind of the discrimination are prohibited, and means so equality, social justice we are talking about of the making of the constitutions. So in this topic or this lecture, we will discuss the objective resolution of our constitutions. So objective resolution is this objective resolution was tabled by the late Prime Minister Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru on the 13th December 1946, and the first meeting was held on the 3rd 9th December, then 11th December. In these two meetings, the president and vice president and advisor were chosen. In case of the Dr. Rajendra Prasad, then H.C. Mukherjee and B.N. Rao. After the selection of the heads, on the 13th December, the late Prime Minister, great Prime Minister of our country, the first Prime, this document had tabled the document of the objective resolution. Means the Constituent Assembly has got together to decide to draft the constitutions. Then, so what kind of the objective they have? So this resolution has been made by our Prime Minister. So let's see the what action to be drafted in upcoming years. So it is in the form of the objective resolution. It is one of the greatest documents as far as my concern, because any boss, if you see, if you go to any boss or any company, CEO of the company, the manager of the company, the head of the company or owner of the company always has the objective. What is the goals behind the founding, the working, running of the company? The Constituent Assembly declares, India is a sovereign, independent, India is a sovereign country and republic. Means instances in the world history, could be the first instances in the world history that the Prime Minister of the country had written or would write the must be solved by the Indians only. So this is what all about the sovereignty. So sovereignty is a big India. Then independence, after this some years, definitely after this one or a couple of years, India will get the or would get the independence. Third one, India is a republic. So India is a republic. So it is declared, means now onwards, no empire, no authority or the monarch or the any king would rule India. India, the head of our country is elected. Head of our country. Who is the head now? The president. The president of our country is elected. This is why we are a republic. So here now onwards, we have the legacy. Actually, that time we have the legacy of the British power. So Britain, monarch has the every rule to rule the country or every right to rule the country. So in India, a monarch is elected on the basis of the succession, but Indian head is elected on the basis of the election. So rule of election, then rule of law has been laid here, and Republic India has been declared ourselves the Republic India. So because of the president or the head of the country is elected here. So it's one of the key proclamations have been made in the first size British India. So geography has been decided here. Geography of country. In the first, the polity was decided. What could be the polity we are applying in upcoming years? So geography of the country was decided. So what would be the India on the physical basis? So India would be, or India comprises the provinces of the British, the province or British provinces, as well as princely states, and along with these provinces and princely states, so whoever whoever join to India, want to join to India, are welcome. Other states who are willing to be part of India, willing to be part of India, been made here. So British provinces, I mean, it is as far as my concern, it is very big, one of the biggest terms. So we have made space for the to be part of the India. In that way, we got the, because that time it was not a part. This region, especially Goa, was not a part of India, and Diu Daman and Mahe, Puducherry were not part of India. But we have created the space here. Geographically, we have created this space to be, to constitute or to include our upcoming years. So whatever the regions we include, so all the regions must obey the rules of the Constituent Assembly. Was Constituent Assembly will make law for them. Means these all the regions will obey the rule of Constituent Assembly. Here, Constituent Assembly is sitting for the writing the Constitution of India or drafting the Constitution of India. They are started their journey to start or draft the Constitution, but from where they got the right to right to draft the constitutions? Definitely, this Constituent Assembly was constituted by the British power or British Empire, but that is not mean the whole and sole authority was given to the drafting committee or Constituent Assembly by the got from the British only. But this right to draft the constitution was given by the people of India. So it was declared. So no power or no authority can dictate terms to draft the constitution here. So it is very vital to understand here. Means whatever the right, whatever the authority they got, the Constituent Assembly got people of India. So people of India is very vital here. So 4 days of the meeting, the first meeting was held on 9 December and 13 December. Jawaharlal Nehru, by his own handwriting, drafted the objective resolution and run the country in upcoming years and to upcoming years as years to come, we can say here. So all people of India would be guaranteed justice or would guarantee justice, kind of the justice we expect here: economic justice, political justice, and social justice. Means economical justice, it is kind of the socialist principles where the no person or no citizen can be unequal on the basis of their resources. Means all the resources of the country can be distributed among the people equally. So it is economical justice to be given everyone. Means everyone has the right to get the employment. Everyone has the right to prosper, right to have a profession. So this kind of the justice has been guaranteed in the proclaim objective resolution before drafting. And the 4 day, actually we need to understand that just 4 days happen, here. Then political, so this is the now political justice. Means everyone has the everyone, whether he is rich or uh, she is a poor, rich or poor, whether he is from the backward classes, from the upper classes, or the upper caste and backward caste, which someone is from the any kind of the religion or any religion, has the right to contest the election as well as the vote. So it is all about the means contesting the election and voting rights. So voting rights and social justice. No person in India, on the basis of gender, on the basis of language, on the basis of color, on the basis of caste, cannot be discriminated. Cannot be discriminated and it is a huge things. We why I'm saying that huge things, we had the history of the discrimination for last 2000 year, and one person came on a 13 December to proclaim India would not have social discrimination on the basis of any stand. The contribution has been made by our Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru here. So equality before law, equality of opportunity, constitutions means everybody is equal before law. Everybody is equal before law. On 13 December, we have made clear opportunity of means equality of opportunity in India. Everyone would get equal kind of the opportunity whether she had. So, but the equal opportunity in the services of the state would be given equally, or the any kind of the opportunities would arise, it would be distributed equally among the people of country. So it is huge things, because again I'm saying that again India had a history of the injustices. If you see the India's history, injustices, no, in common people are neglected everywhere, means just ruling the people, or the some kings and maharajas were ruling in India, and India had the tradition to slave the people, and this kind of the tradition we had, even though on the after the 4 days of the what kind of the freedom we expect. Here we need to remember again, I'm again saying that actually it is a contribution of the Jawaharlal Nehru, because on the 13th December only 1946 we are talking about 9 December first meeting, 11 December just selection process, selection of the means, and 13 December Jawaharlal Nehru by his own handwriting, own handwriting, freedom of thought, freedom of expression, freedom of belief, freedom of worship, and thought here means, even though we had a legacy of the British Empire, we came out from this legacy, we came out from this slave mentality, and declare ourselves sovereign, independent nation, and we declare ourselves to have the freedom of thought, because in the British era especially the freedom of thought is one of the key uh, actually key factor was Britishers here. So freedom of thought, freedom of expression. So Indian people would have the freedom of expressions. They can express their views, point of views, perspectives in the form of the by writing, by speaking, but whatever the forms they want to express themselves, they have the right to freedom, press, a right to have the expression. So here the belief, right to belief means, so as an Indian we have different kind of the beliefs, means we can have the faith and belief in everything, means as an Indian we have faith or belief, whether someone has the faith in the some of the this guru, in this guru, so but we have the freedom to have the belief in everything or everybody. So then worship, so as an Indian, from the means from the non-living to living, even Indian especially worshippers or worship the stones or the rocks even, as well as they Indians, and everywhere, and trees we worship, with cows we worship, trees we worship, dog we worship, even rat also in some of the temples in Rajasthan has the tradition to worship the rat. So this is means, what is mean, so we have the freedom of worship, and it is greatest in this, especially in the modern times we can say this right has been given by our constitution, and it was said by the Jawaharlal Nehru. So on the 13th December, this kind of the documentation and this kind of the proclamation has been made in our constitution. So and it is great we can adhere. So as an Indian, again we have the history of the uh, specialization kind of the businesses, means we have, if suppose we have the one of the caste of the cobbler, they have the tradition of the nobody or no other caste and no other person can be allowed to work on the labor. December 1946 onwards, no person can be prohibited on the basis of his caste or his past history or the profession. So everybody has the freedom to uh, to to preface or any to other the any kind of the occasion or profess the any profession. So next one is the list objective, sorry, freedom of organization. Again, we have the freedom to make or create or form the organization of any kind. Means social organization, religious organization, political organizations. So any kind of the organizations can be established by Indians in the future, and this right was given by drafting committee, later on our Constituent Assembly. So, but it was in the Constituent Assembly's objective resolution. So we always talk about the reservation, and in India we have the always cat fight on the question of the reservation. So many times in Maharashtra, in Rajasthan, in Haryana, and so many states having the issue of the reservations. So and always we means definitely always we try to give, or we always give the credit of the reservation to the Dr. Ambedkar. Definitely he has the right to. He has all the credit to give our reservation to us. But again, so definitely we must give the due to whom? To minorities, backward classes. Means now we call SC and tribal people. Means special efforts can be made to improve the condition of these people or these class, minorities, backward classes, and tribal people. Definitely then the technicality of these things has been uh, included into our constitution. But before that it was decided, or it was mentioned in the objective resolution. Means enough safeguard or adequate safeguard shall be provided to minorities, backward classes, and tribal people. And it was Dr. Jawaharlal Nehru also one of the few person or the earliest person after the Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar has this